What's up, nerds? Thank you for joining me. We are doing a review again. I know we don't do a whole lot of movie reviews these days on Generally Nerdy, but we are doing another one. Now that I've been doing the Big Show reviews, rated R movies are the ones that I get to do on my channel. And so since Birds of Prey is rated R, that is why we are here today. It's going to be a little bit different than usual, probably a little noisier than usual apparently as well. But it's all good. Let's hit up the intro before we get into this pre-show, though.
Sequence start 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition. I would like to introduce
Generally Nerdy.
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 Alright, so I am here with Super Dave from Big Show Entertainment Network, who is my boss, and the other guy who does the reviews with me. So, Super Dave, hello.
Hey, what's happening?
Alright, before we get into anticipation for the movie,
Right.
we have a couple of things we have to say thanks to Brad Beckelheimer here
Yeah.
at Regal Cinema 9, IMAX, Colorado, and I-25 here in Denver.
Right. His
There's
assistant manager, Emily.
who is walking around, you might...
Yeah, exactly.
And then
Hannah Whitson.
Hannah Whitson down at corporate.
Yeah, at Regal headquarters in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Yes, okay. So that's the obligations out of the way. Okay.
Yeah.
What are you expecting out of this movie tonight?
Well, for the longest, I didn't know what to expect because they held back the reviews for so long.
No, not just the reviews.
Yeah.
Ticket sales.
Ticket sales, yeah.
3 days ago was when they went on sale.
Exactly. About 3 days ago, tickets went on sale. I was able to... Because when you had... a couple Saturdays ago, when you had pinged me and said, had you gotten a ticket yet? I'm like, wait a minute. I didn't get an alert from my Regal app that the tickets were on sale.
Because usually they go on sale like a month or even 2 months in advance. Like
Yeah.
Star Wars was almost 3 months in advance.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was really weird.
Well, 3 months in advance, it didn't help the movie, but
That's a conversation we've already had.
Yeah, exactly. I won't beat a dead horse, the movie actually is getting very good reviews, and I don't think those reviews on Rotten Tomatoes went up until today.
Right.
And it's up in the 80s.
It's like 85 or something.
Yeah, it was like
isn't it?
85, 86.
So, but as far as the DC, we learned from the writer, Christina Hodson, who has come out recently, that there is still a DCEU. There is still an extended universe that they're doing over at Warner Brothers.
Right.
What do you think this is going to do in that grander picture?
Well, of course, Kathy Yan is the, I think that's the correct pronunciation of her name, is directing the movie. But what I expect from Birds of Prey is for it to connect in some way, in some fashion, to the previous DC movies,
right?
Particularly Suicide Squad. Even though I think they're going to try to...
Do you think they're going to link it to Suicide Squad?
It has to be some reference in there about Suicide Squad somewhere. Okay.
Now,
it doesn't have to be... I know they want to kind of reboot that.
Right.
So I get that, and that's great, and I think they should reboot it. But I think there has to be... If you're going to go forward with the DCEU, there has to be a slight connection to the previous movies and then a slight look ahead to where we're going.
See, now
particularly with the new Batman.
Yeah, okay, so this is what I'm anticipating out of
Right.
it, because they've been, a lot of the reviewers, and rightfully so, have been keeping under wraps a lot of the spoilery stuff. I feel like until tomorrow at the very earliest, you need to keep those spoilers under wraps. But tomorrow from when we're recording this. So as you're seeing this, probably a day or two ago.
Right.
But I honestly think we're going to get some sort of minor tease for the Batman, because that is the biggest property that they have in the works. They don't have a Superman absolutely set in the works right now because of all of the issues with Cavill. And The Rock wants Cavill, but Warner Brothers wants to move on, and J.J. Abrams has some sort of say in it now, and blah, 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 blah.
Right.
So I honestly think they're going to try and distance themselves from that first Suicide Squad movie, but I think they're going to connect more than we're anticipating to the new Suicide Squad movie.
Well, that would be great. And honestly, I'm with The Rock. Who's going to be?
I think Henry Cavill is a fine Superman.
Exactly.
It's not his fault the writing was crap.
Yeah, I love Henry Cavill. So Warner Brothers, please retain him as a huge Superman fan that I am. And I guess The Rock is going to be Black Adam. So
yes, he is.
You know, I don't know. I think it would be a mistake for them not to retain Henry Cavill as Superman.
I absolutely do too.
But yes, absolutely. I think there probably should be more of a look ahead as to where they're going with Suicide Squad. I'm kind of I love both universes, Marvel and DC, but I've always been a bigger DC fan,
right?
Because I grew up on DC,
right?
And I'm proud of what they've done with the last several movies,
right?
Shazam, Aquaman. I thought those were excellent movies. It kind of really, the turnaround kind of really started with Wonder Woman, and then we're going to have Wonder Woman 1984 this summer.
Right.
So big shout out to Above and Beyond for that remake of New Order's Blue Monday. Wow, it's incredible. I love it. But yeah, I expect a look ahead, and I hope that with the next Suicide Squad that it is as good as Aquaman and Shazam and both of the Wonder Woman movies. So I think Wonder Woman 1984 is going to be a huge hit.
I have my reservations about 1984, but that's neither here nor there at this point. But all right, so the other thing that I'm anticipating, and I apologize for being slightly distracted. I was looking for the name of the second unit director, and I can't. There's like 17 second unit directors currently. But they got. Really wish I could have found that. Anyway, they got the guy that did the John Wick movies
to do Suicide Squad.
To do this. To do Birds of Prey tonight.
To do Birds of Prey.
So a lot
that's
of
right.
what I'm hearing is that the action scenes are where this movie really shines, which would make freaking sense, right? Because John Wick is one giant action scene. This story is almost secondary to the action movie. So I almost am afraid that is going to distract from the story in this. Where are you standing on that?
Well, I think, from what I'm hearing, the story is told from Harley Quinn's perspective. She's telling the story.
There
Margot Robbie.
Chad Stahelski.
Thank you.
Sorry.
And then I've also heard, and I've only been able to catch one review.
Right.
I've not heard what Jeremy Johns had to say, or Chris Stuckman. Or,
I haven't seen any of the specific YouTuber reviews. I've
only the ones that I follow.
The Nerdist and IGN are the only two reviews I've listened to.
Right.
So far.
And I have not seen Grace Randolph's review either, because of the fact that they held this under cloak for so long.
So freaking long.
But I would, the one review that I did get to see, I think it was I forget, it was a YouTuber out of Germany. It was a very good review, actually. He said this is a very colorful movie, very violent.
Which it should be,
and,
on both accounts.
Yeah, and a little bit like a Kill Bill type of movie.
Oh, no,
yeah,
okay,
that's
no,
what I heard. That's what I heard him say.
I've heard something similar in that the storytelling is non-linear, like Quentin Tarantino does. So
right, exactly.
I feel like I've kind of heard the same thing. So I'm really interested to see. So I'm not the hugest Tarantino fan in the broadest sense, but I do
have been.
I do like the way that he tells a story out of sequential order.
Yeah, he's a master at that.
That's the only way you can tell his stories, because if you were to tell it in order, boring as hell.
Yeah, exactly.
So I am very interested to see how that plays. So you mentioned that the story is told from Harley Quinn's perspective. First and foremost, I have a minor worry about that because Harley Quinn is not a bird of prey in the comic books.
Right.
She is now because they have a movie to promote. But previous to promotion for this movie, she was not a part of that team. So I feel like, and from what I've heard a little bit, and this also has me, again, a little apprehensive, is because that's the case, she almost outshines the other birds, the actual birds of prey. Because she's Harley Quinn and she's the hot character right now, like, I feel like that might be too distracting.
Well, I mean, the movie is about her, and Margot Robbie is the star.
And one of the producers.
So I don't even really know the other actresses in this movie. I haven't even had time to really sit down and do the homework.
Right.
Now, the one particular character I'm very, very interested in, actually two, I take that back. I'm going to go 2-1, but
Okay.
Number 2 would be Black Canary.
Yep, Janae Smollett.
Yeah, and then Huntress.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Yes,
Yeah.
I really like Huntress.
So Mary Elizabeth Winstead was in the biggest role you'll remember her from is oh no, she was Ramona. No, I'm trying to remember the name of the movie. Scott Pilgrim. There we go. Scott Pilgrim versus the World. She played Ramona. She was the object of Scott Pilgrim's affection throughout that movie.
Right.
So that's like the biggest. She's been in a number of other things also, but that's her biggest claim to nerd cred. And then Janae Smollett Bell, when she was a kid, was on Full House.
Yeah,
she was one of Michelle's friends.
Yeah, that's right.
So she's been in a number of other things too, very more minor roles. I'm really interested to see her again. I wouldn't say she's in a primary role. I wouldn't say she's in the main role, but she is a secondary character at least. So I'm interested to see what she can do because she's been what a lot of these reviews that the two that I've listened to, and then some of the passing headlines. She's been one of the ones that people are saying really shines in spite of what she's given. So I'm really interested to see what she does.
I'm interested in seeing that. And then I heard they've got a very good villain in this movie.
With Ewan McGregor.
With Ewan McGregor. And, obviously, I always judge a superhero movie. You might think
by the villain. No,
by the villain.
That's fair.
That's what I do.
Very fair.
You got a great villain, you got a great movie.
What if they end up killing Black Mask at the end of this movie? Is that going to upset it?
I don't know. I
I
really don't know.
The reason I ask is because oftentimes that's one of the downfalls of comic book movies in my eyes is they don't leave it open for the villain because, like you say, that is a good judge of what a good comic book movie is how they treat their villain and how the movie treats the villain, not necessarily how the hero treats the villain. But so if the villain has an opportunity to come back, like the source material, because the villains always come back.
Yeah, absolutely.
If they can find a way to tell a compelling story and also not terminate the anti-hero or the antithesis at the end of the movie, then that's a strong movie to me. I feel like Black Panther would have been such a stronger movie if they hadn't killed Michael B. Jordan at the end.
Yeah, Kilgore or
Killmonger.
Killmonger, excuse me.
If they hadn't killed Killmonger, would be because that's two sides of an argument, two valid sides of an argument.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you kill one side of that argument, then you're losing quality to the whole argument on both sides.
Yeah, well, I think you have to start all over.
Right, exactly.
You got to start all over with another villain. And
it's not even necessarily that, because every movie is going to introduce us to a new villain. Because that's the way comic books work as well. This story arc is going against this villain, and then the next story arc is going against villain Z, and then the next story arc, and so on and so forth. But then you can bring these guys back and pepper them in for a little bit more flavor, because Batman is going to have 6 villains in it.
Yeah, I think that's great. I going back to your question about how the linkage should go in this movie. There has to be a link to Batman, and I know that there's still some questions about Batman.
Right.
A lot. I'm not sure about the guy that's going to play Batman.
Robert Pattinson.
Have
you seen The Light Tower? The Lighthouse, rather?
No,
the
I
horror
haven't.
movie he just did for A24 with
I just
I'm
remember
blanking
him
on
from
names. From Twilight. Twilight was over a decade ago.
Yeah, I know.
You got to cut the guy some credit.
I'm going to cut.
He's won some awards since then.
Yeah, he's a
got
fabulous
a little bit more
actor.
credit.
I'm just trying to. It's hard for me to see him in the role of Bruce Wayne because of the fact Christian Bale does such a great job with it.
I think it's harder for me to see him as Batman. I think he'll do fine as Wayne. I think Batman's going to be the place where he struggles the most.
I don't know, but look, this movie, Birds of Prey, I think it needs to fall into that.
Mm-hmm.
I also think that you need to get Henry Cavill. Okay, let's settle that out and move forward. Okay, because we still need another Superman movie.
Yep.
And another Justice League movie. Okay, and
we need
had
to undo the Justice League movie that we
did. Exactly. And then one of the nice things, speaking of villains, I believe it was at the end of Justice League when they had a post-credit scene with Lex Luthor.
Yes, Lex Luthor and Deadshot.
And Deadshot, because was it Deadshot or? I always Deathstroke. Thank you. Not Deadshot.
Deadshot was the horrible Daredevil movie that happened with Ben Affleck forever.
Yeah, Deathstroke. So
Deathstroke.
To me, that was
thank you, Jordan.
that was kind of the precursor to the Legion of Doom.
It was, absolutely. That's what they were trying to plant the seeds for, but that's not happening. At least not that version of it. The rumors, like we've been talking about on Generally Nerdy, the rumors say that is still in the works. They're just going to have to do a lot of reworking with their heroes before they can get to the villains.
Rework it, because we want to see, at the height of DC, in the height of the Justice League, it was always, and I know you remember this, maybe you don't, but from Saturday morning cartoons, it was the Justice League.
Oh yeah, no,
versus
from the 70s.
Yeah, versus the Legion of Doom,
the Hall of Superheroes, and yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so Warner Brothers, we need to get to that. Okay, however way that we
need to relive Super Dave's childhood.
Hey, come on, I mean the Legion of Dooms. I mean, that was awesome.
I think that is. We don't know who the overall person over at Warner Brothers is, so it's kind of hard to say because they don't have a Feige. They have a group. They have a group of again, according to the writer on this, they have a group of producers who are in charge of that, and they don't have a Feige like Marvel does.
Well, they need to get one.
Agreed. They've tried that a couple of times. They had Jeff Loeb, and they've gone through a couple of ideas like that, but it really has never worked out for them because I think largely because they don't listen to the person that they put in that position. But that's a whole other conversation.
Right.
So it does sound like somewhere in that group of executive producers there is a desire for them to get back to a Justice League movie and then also get to a Legion of Doom.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we have a long road to go before we get there. We're just now getting back on solid ground as far as
I agree, and I understand that, and we'll see. We'll see what Wonder Woman 1984 brings.
Right.
I don't know. I just want someone to say. So
get a little Casey Kasem in there.
Yeah, while the Legion of Doom is escaping. Yeah, I don't know. I think we're gonna see a good movie. I'm happy about that because I think I've seen enough reviews. I only watched the one. I saw enough on Rotten Tomatoes to say, okay, it's a pretty good movie. And then I caught someone that saw it earlier. Of course, she hit me with a spoiler. And I was like, oh no, stop!
La
la. I didn't hear that. But she said she really enjoyed the movie. But Yeah, I'm expecting a good movie tonight.
I'm expecting to enjoy myself.
Yeah, and that's what I want to do. I was very disappointed with Doolittle, and then got this, and I think next
is
week
Sonic.
we've got Sonic.
Yep. Day before Valentine's Day.
Yeah, day before Valentine's Day, and then after that, I think it gets a little quiet until we get to Mulan.
I believe so.
Which I think is going to be very, very good. I think my only
it's going to be so different than the animated movie, but I think that's going to work in its favor.
Yeah, and I do as well. And wow, so then we're off to the races.
Yeah.
I mean, we get Mulan late in March, and it's like a spring movie, and then I think we get James Bond, No Time to Die, and then boom, we're right into May and right into the heart of
Black Widow.
Yeah, we've got Black Widow May 1st.
Yep.
So I'm excited for that. And Warner Brothers, DC, you want to play in the major leagues with Marvel, you got to get it together. I'm giving you credit because I loved Aquaman, Shazam,
Wonder Woman.
I'm excited.
In spite of their flaws, they are still good movies.
Those
overall.
are very good movies. So you're getting there. Yeah. Let's keep going.
Right. All right. So that wraps it up for pre-show. Next video you're going to be seeing in a couple of days is the actual review. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share while you are here. Jump over to the Big Show Entertainment Network page. I will link it in the end screen cards. And there's probably been one or two links that have gone up on the screen already because we keep talking about all the other things we're doing over on Big Show. So check out Big Show. Don't forget to like, subscribe over on that side as well. And we will see you guys after the movie to get a proper review. But before we go, always... Yeah.
I was going to say, before you end it,
have it.
Make sure you do subscribe on the Big Show Entertainment Network.
For the contest.
The YouTube, because the contests are great.
That's right.
We just gave away 3 FX lightsabers.
And we're going to give away a PS4 Pro.
Yeah, we are going to give away a PS4.
Once we hit 1,000 subscribers on the YouTube, we're giving away a PlayStation 4 Pro. So go over and subscribe on Big Show right now as soon as you're done watching this.
Yeah.
But before we go, always remember that if it's generally nerdy, guys, it's probably Keith.